Doesn't look pretty.
I got a glimpse of it and I already want to have a stroke. Buddy, you're literally going on vacation in 2 days. It's 4x4, but I don't think we can jump all this stuff. What the fuck?
What'd you run over?
Like legit, hate all of you. Where are we going? Are we dying?
I got this weird growth where my dick should be.
What are you, my insurance broker? Hey, tits, nice tits.
Oh! Ow!
You boys like Mexico? Yeah!
Hate downtown. Crack baby ass. You have to have a mask. Like, bro, chill. COVID's over, bro. It's like 2020 is over. Biden won. Like, it's done. What else do you fucking want from me? So, great news. A lot of stuff has happened in the last couple of weeks. Richard finally took his vacation. My son arrived, so that's my second kid. I was out a week and a half. Richard was out a week and a half. So now we're finally back, and it looks like in that same time, progress has been made on my engine. The white truck is up and running, which you'll see. And we decided to dust off the cobwebs off the F-150 and drive it to pick up the engine. So lots of good stuff coming up in this video and the videos to come. We also have some new merch, some key tags. If you're brave enough, go ahead and Google that part number on the key tag. We have some air fresheners and we have some new merch coming up for the trucks, the cars, and the new line, the Mexica Racing League. So stay tuned for that. Lots of fun stuff ahead, and we appreciate everybody. If you're not a subscriber, would like it if you could think about subscribing. You know, just check us out, see what we're about. Calibration expert, if the EPA is watching. He owns all the tuning devices.
I thought we found those in the parking lot.
Oh, did we?
I think so.
No, those were the needles.
Hot.
You just touch it with your hand?
We'll have to roll into it, make sure there's fuel there and stuff, like on the fuel map. Just a little tease.
We need to name it like a BDS.
Already named it.
What?
Betty White.
Betty White.
Yes.
Please be joking.
You can't kill this bitch. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. It's up there though. I'm gonna put it on the list and y'all decide.
I'll take it.
I think you can't kill Betty White, bro. The fuel map is close, but I'm trying to like dial in part throttle stuff now. That way it's minimal whenever we get it like ready to actually start doing full throttle stuff. I'm also trying to get it done in a certain amount of time because there's no like trans cooler right now. It's just rigged up to move around. It's not really meant to race or nothing like that. Once this fuel map is, you know, in the ballpark, we'll just go ahead and take it over to whoever needs to work on it.
And then we'll move these lines out of here somewhere.
What lines?
Fire hazard as Richard.
Yep. I mean, around the lines right there, could have put a little thing.
I personally would have wrapped them around the tranny.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Some people aren't motivated like that. You know, they just do enough just to skate by.
I want to go that extra mile.
Put it around the disc brake.
That's the vent for the diff.
It's gonna be venting, all right. All right. Well, we gotta go pick up an engine.
Here, and then go.
Yeah. Just to get it out of the way.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
These don't have gas ports either.
Ready to go? Yeah.
Proven.
Yeah, been proven.
You double check, triple check everything?
Yep. I told Aldo to do whatever you want to do with that motor really good. So don't go off anything I tell you, just whatever you the way you want.
Longest 6 weeks of my life.
How's that?
Because it wasn't 6 weeks, motherfucker. How many passes we gonna get out of this one, Levi? 10? 4? You doing trannies now, Bo?
Just from RPM.
You already mark up these engine parts. Can't wait to see how much you mark up one of those.
We can't all naturally be rich like you.
It didn't come naturally, I'll tell you that. This is first generation well. Hopefully my kids have a little more than I had.
I tell you, I want my kids to work for it too.
Yeah, I mean, I want them to work a little bit, but I don't want them to work as hard as I did.
You know, every generation that works less and less is just gonna ruin everything.
Everything's already ruined. Haven't you seen the state of the world?
Yeah, I know.
I'm just waiting to get my monthly check. That's all I want.
Tell me about it.
The inside guy doing work. This thing's so badass. Look at this truck. Oof. Oof. So we just picked up the engine. Took a little bit longer than anticipated. Pistons took a long time for whatever reason, but need to put it in the car, get it going, and get the car back out there. Minor things to do to the car. Shouldn't be that long of a process. It's more so about where we're gonna tie up our time with it. Like right now, the main focus is the Sierra truck, the twin turbo GMC. I think once that one's good and going, we'll mess with the Mustang and get it back on the track while we have a quarter-mile track. And for those who don't know, they are closing that track April of next year at some point. We'll probably re-gear the blue car and just do 8th mile stuff with it. I'm so hot and cold with that car because of all the shit that we've been through, and I've come close several times where I'm like, man, I should just fucking sell it, be done. But I just like the car so much, and I mean, there's nothing particularly special about the car. I mean, yeah, it runs 7s, but our stats show that, you know, that car isn't really particularly entertaining to anybody. Those videos do okay, they don't do fantastic or anything, but we keep at it. That's the car I like to race. Hopefully we have it ready for next Texas 2K. It's still together, and finish off that event with the bang until they move it to another spot. Excited to get it back in the car.
I just hope it makes more than a handful of passes.
I think
it's still running for Texas 2K.
I hope so too.
Who would have thought that the Environmental Protection Agency would need armed agents? Americans have been customizing cars for as long as there's been cars on the road. John Lund, owner of Lund Racing, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good, good, good. I didn't have my my shop raided by armed agents of the Environmental Protection Agency. Does the EPA think you're doing something illegal?
Their interpretation now, any type of modification is a defeat device. So if you change the cold air intake, you put a tune on it to accommodate the cold air intake, they would consider that defeating emissions because it's modifying something from the factory. Even though you test the emissions, nothing's changed. They're going to go after the places that manufacture. So if you had to buy a cat delete or a tuner or intake or whatever, they're going to go after the manufacturer because that's where the money is. They can extort or whatever they're going to do in order to get paid.
So you show up at work and there's guys in body armor, you know, with weapons. What was that like?
I was shocked. I was taken back, but we all handled it here very calmly. We actually struck up a rapport with some of the agents. It was a very bizarre experience.
Yeah, I just, you know, we have armed agents now looking for people who may be putting in, you know, like you said, cold air intakes or timing chips, or they're car guys. They want their car to do the things they want to do. We have armed agents that can't find illegal immigrants wherever they are. Not to get too political, but then...
Wow. I mean, essentially, in a nutshell, that's what happened. And I talk to John almost every day, and it's really disheartening. It really makes one question, you know, what they're doing. You save up your money, you open up a business, and now you have these other automotive businesses getting popped for doing what you do. They just happen to be in another part of the country. I don't know anybody in Texas other than a couple of diesel shops that actually got hit. Imagine living in that fear. Hey, these guys are going to come down and they're going to find the shit out of your business. Either comply or snitch out all your customers. And me personally, I mean, I'm not trying to throw any of my customers or anybody else under the bus. They want to find these small businesses and people who are doing this while other terrible shit is going on in the country. They even have done some tests to show like cars that are catless and on E85 when tuned properly, they put out less bad emissions or CO2, whatever it is. I'm not a scientist or environmentalist than a stock car on 87 or 93 octane. Kind of makes you wonder if they even know what the fuck they're talking about, or is it just somebody who wants to push their views on these companies and kind of effectively fuck them over. I will say that the majority of the people in the car scene have responded well, they've signed the right papers, they've shared the right stuff, and I think a lot of our representation as far as senators and other reps go are on the right track with it and know where the automotive industry, how we want to be represented. It's crazy because I'll speak to my wife, my family members who don't really care too much about cars. They're like, they're fucking with you guys or they're messing with people over that stuff, and it's just like, yeah, I'm just as lost as you are. So I'm just more upset that it happened so close to home, right? With, you know, friends that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, and other, you know, some YouTubers. PFI Speed got fined, I think like 18 grand. And I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. A lot of these automotive shops, they don't have an extra 18 grand laying around. Who knows where the automotive world's gonna go? So if you haven't signed the RPM Act, sign it. It might not do anything, but at least you'll have that warm feeling that, hey, fuck it, I tried. So we'll put the link to that in the comment or in our bio. But yeah, that kind of changed the whole mood for the day. But I'm glad that it's getting out there. That was John Lund Jr. on a phone call with the radio station, so it's getting attention. So hopefully we can save our scene and kind of keep doing what we're doing, because at the end of the day, you know, this is what we do for fun. This is our stress reliever. I don't know many car guys who do hard drugs because they can't afford to do hard drugs and have a car hobby. So growing up, you know, this was my stress reliever, right? Just talking cars, or, you know, going to the car meets and stuff. So I think the car scene needs to stay around as long as it can.
Hello. We had to make a custom tool. Behold.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Nice, ain't it? Whenever you're on the go, it's got the little hook part. You just keep it in your pocket, walk around.
What did you just do? You just pour that on your... I wet myself. Dude, I was trying to clip this in my shirt, but I was holding
I
this.
must have had margaritas at lunch or something.
No, we had 5 guys, but thank God I have another shirt. God damn it. I want to change. Ooh, what's happening here?
We're doing the bed covers and hide this. Not that it matters, we just don't want to see it. I can take most stuff back together and put it back apart. What?
Put it back apart?
Yes. If you ever let me install a bed cover by myself, I am 100% guaranteed to fuck it up. Just certain things you're not qualified for. You know that porn and TikTok are the leading edge of male suicide? What? Yeah, porn and TikTok are the leading cause of male suicide in the United States.
Where did you read this?
TikTok.
Oh my god.
Oh, bro, how the fuck do I get out?
It was like...
Like Jim Carrey coming out of that hippo.
Oh, that fucking hurt.
Oh god. Sick. See this? Now it's gone.
What nice tranny you got there. The shaft on this tranny. Oh boy.
Just like let it roll and then slide.
Jesus, fuck, this thing needs an alignment. It drives surprisingly tame for not having a converter yet. You excited? Hopefully get it back in a day or two.
Or have the boost controller and stuff.
Yep, then we can play a little bit on these tires. Oh no. Can't wait. We wanted to put exhaust on it to quiet it down a little bit. goes, it goes.
It's not the training I'm worried about.
What are you worried about? I'm like, I can't wait to list this 4L60 on Marketplace. Lightly used, never been beat.
Never seen boost.
I don't think we have a dipstick.
Did you say you had ordered it? No?
The 480 one, no. Let us get you all that stuff. What are you thinking, today, tomorrow? What do you think? Don't mind the fruit in the back seat. I have a kid.
Don't lie. You know you get the fruit cup at McDonald's when they ask if you want fries.
That's from Chick-fil-A. And yes, that's the healthier alternative. We get the apple slices, for sure.
Ooh, good source of fiber.
There's no shortage of fiber in our shop. The toilet can attest to that. Opened up a spot at the shop to move the blue car over. Progress. Upgrades, people, upgrades. I feel like we could have got more out of the truck right now if we would have just put the transformer on.
What do you mean?
Like driving it around, hyping it up. So thanks, Richard. Your laziness overcomes again.
You need some milk?
Homelander style.